What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Good morning to some of you. You are not dreaming. As soon as I saw this come out, I had to come on and speak on it. I also just want to start by saying I firmly believe that this happens after a player's career because they know if they do this during their career, this right here, their rating is going to be negatively impacted. So Jamaal Williams, former NFL running back, came out and did an interview today. And in that interview, he talks about Madden. And I think this was brought up in a positive way. A lot of kids play Madden. A lot of kids are really good with Madden. And he basically said, listen, I barely play Madden anymore. Does that sound familiar? As this game's reviews start to come in and we see how bad this game is reviewed, as we see content creators in this space see views go lower and lower and lower, in general interest in this game stalls before the start of the NFL season. So when he was pressed as to why, he says, it's just glitchy. It's all glitchy. Those are quotes. This is a former NFL running back. Not saying he doesn't want to play the game because he's dissatisfied with his rating, but rather saying the game has a lot of glitches. Even better, he goes on to say that this is not football. And he says that when specifically reviewing the plays within this game. This is nearly a carbon copy of what I said earlier this year, when I was told I was just this negative, hateful person, how I never look at the positives. They're adding 2,000 plays. EA is trying. It is so refreshing. I would love for someone to send this to Jamaal Williams. Let him come here and speak about this. Because this is what we need. We need NFL athletes, established NFL players, not a single game between two players in years, but established NFL athletes. This is a guy that led the league in touchdowns, had a 1,000-yard season, was a very productive receiver out of the backfield, holds current Lions records. We're not talking about practice squad. We're not talking about didn't travel with the team. We're not talking about it's a blowout, go in and start. We're not talking about it's preseason, pick up that second quarter. We're talking about someone that performed at the highest level. And I'm not taking anything away from the practice squad players that work on this game, that promote this game, maybe players that had a couple starts. I am talking about the difference between someone who thrives at the highest level versus someone that just makes it to the highest level. And I firmly believe there is a work ethic needed to thrive as opposed to just make it. I think that translates into every aspect of life. I think if you were complacent with just getting to the highest level, then you were going to be complacent in other areas. But if you get to the highest level and then thrive, perhaps when given the opportunity, you can thrive again. That is why it's very important to understand that when he was talking about, quote, his professional brain, okay, meaning his football mind that blows everyone, myself, you, Clint, Boatwright, everyone out of the water. Okay, the credentials are validation of that. That his football mind was angry playing this game. Why? Because the logic isn't there. What have we talked about for a decade? In order to game plan at the highest level of football, down to the lowest level of football, there is one thing that you need: consistency, reliability. Okay, they work hand in hand. Okay, when I run a play, whether I'm an NFL coach or I'm a Pop Warner coach, there are expectations of what my players are going to do. Most of the time, you can derive it from the play art. Perhaps other times, you can derive it from the situation. Situational awareness, something Madden used to talk about a lot. okay? When you don't have those things in a video game. That is what he's talking about with logic issues. Go back to the videos I've recorded this year. Logic issues, receivers running backwards, linemen that don't know how to block. This is an NFL running back telling you this. This is not just me. This is not just my opinion. This is a man that made a living running a football on an NFL field, and he is telling you the logic is not there. Does anyone want to question his football knowledge? Does anyone want to come out and say this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, that he just fell into the end zone a whole bunch of times? That's how he led the league. I don't think that would be a wise choice to debate him. This is what only happens every 3 to 4 years. A player that has the passion and the love for the NFL speaks out against this game. This community has individuals that do it every day, every week, every month. But we are constantly told that we are being negative. We're constantly told we don't know what we're talking about. We're constantly told just find the positives. There are no positives when the game plays like this that override the game playing like this. If you are willing to sit there and watch your players react inconsistently and erratically, if you are willing to sit there and relinquish control of a player, understand, you relinquish control of a player through an animation when that is the only reason you are playing the game to begin with. I don't want to sound like Herman Edwards here, but you play the game so that you can win. You play the game so that you can compete. You play the game so that you can experience a high level of football. And the game takes all that control away from you, be it tackling, be it receiving, be it passing, be it running, be it blocking. Because everything has to be compartmentalized into animations. That is the reality. And when those animations defy logic, when you can look at a play and not be able to understand why this lineman never makes an attempt to block the player lining up directly in front of him, why you can have 4 linemen, 2 of them block no one, when you can draw a hat on a hat and still have pressure whether the line stunts or not. When you have corners running back into a zone, and rather than carry a receiver from one zone to the next, they just stop and stand there. When you have receivers play the end zone like it's the 50-yard line. This is the football logic that drives people insane trying to play this game. We have told EA for years to fix these things. They either are incapable of fixing it, which is fine. Tell us. Just say we can't make a quality football game. We don't know how to do it. We lack the communication skills to speak to a programmer to fix these issues, or quite frankly, you don't care enough to do it. It has to be one of the two. It has to be. Because you know the issues are there. The community as a whole has told you. Now, yet again, you have an NFL player telling you, fix your game. I can't enjoy it. It's so bad from a logic perspective. I absolutely love that we can have this conversation, and you know when there are NFL players willing to speak out about how bad this game is, there is no way that I, as a content creator in this space, cannot be back in the week with more commentary.